So with RoofDek, once you've got specification, we supply the RoofDek through doing a design process that gives you a layout drawing to show you exactly where every pack and panel belongs across that structure support. Once we've bundled and scheduled the packs, we will deliver them to site on a lorry and offload and land using the steelwork fabricated crane and resources. Usually it's cheaper to pay a steel fab to do the offload and landing process than pay for the same resources that you'd use to offload and land if we were to do it. The only time you'd pay again is if the coordination doesn't match. We tail our delivery on the back end of the steel fabrication and erection process, where they're line and levelling the steelwork. We will turn up, so at the right moment when the last steels are going in for the roof, we'll deliver the decking and they can offload and land them according to our layout drawing in place. It shows exactly where those packs belong. Roof decking ranges from 30mm depth up to 200mm in depth. Now, if you can think, the shallower the profile, the less span it achieves and loading it takes. Up to the deeper profile, the longer the spanning and the higher imposed load it will take. So on the deeper profiles, when you're looking at gauges and profiles over the depth of 100mm, we have to start considering the sheet length and therefore the weight of each panel, because they can be extremely heavy and up to 100 kilos per panel. We have 2-man gangs. With RoofDek we tend to send in 3-man gangs, and we will hire suckers to pick up each panel using a crane for the whole duration while the guys are on site. Because the panels are so heavy, some of the widths of these panels are also so wide, they range from 700, 750 up to a metre wide. The sheets can be up to 1.2mm thick, and on the deeper trough profiles like the D200 it can be 1.5mm, and if you have an aluminium version it's even heavier. So please speak to us if you're in any doubt, because the coordination of the offload and of the bundles and landing process, as well as the installation process, needs to be carefully thought through and factored in the cost of having a crane on site while the install team are putting the sheets into place. And once you get a routine underway, it is a fairly quick process. Cladboy is the machine that we use. It's all fully certified and maintained, and the guys operating the Cladboy are fully qualified and certified for using that machine. That will assist them in lifting the sheets apart without damaging, especially if you've got a resistant coat on the profile finish. Also, the profile that you'll use will be dictated to by the acoustic, fire and diaphragm action that's required for the building. Please talk to us so we can determine the correct profile for you, with consideration to the possible costs in lieu of offloading the deck and the install team spreading the sheets out, because we have to consider, obviously, the shorter the sheets are, the more manageable they are to handle, but the deeper troughs are very difficult to pull apart, being that the roof sheets are flat generically in detail, whereas floor decks have a lot of embossments, stiffeners and detail to them. They're easier to pull apart because there are gaps in between the sheets, but with RoofDek they suck up together, so hence you need some sort of mechanical power to help you separate those sheets apart. So please consider that when thinking about using RoofDek, and engage with us for advice in relation to your selection process. Insulation and vapour control strategies. All kinds of vapour control layers, materials that you can use out there. Filler blocks for acoustic performance and fire resistance. You have to consider the overlaps of the profiles and what screws you're using to bring them together to make it an airtight space. And you can use perforated profiles, which is a different process you put through the machine once you've fabricated the length and number of sheets you need for each bay of your roof. It will go through another machine to perforate them, and that will only be used when acoustic values need to be achieved, along with the fillers that are required, that come in different densities so that you can achieve different, I'll say, sound absorption.